Steven Ram from Survivor 49 has lost his mind, but in quite possibly the best way ever. My man Steven has taken to Twitter to respond to all of the absolute bozos trying to troll him and make the best absolute comebacks in human history. It honestly kind of makes me forget he is an absolute Dorcas in the actual season, W. Steven. So I thought it would be fun to go over some of the banger responses that Steven has to these nut jobs. The first absolute bozo says, "The smart play for Steven was to let them believe that he lost his vote. That way he knows where all of the votes are going and try to make a move based on that." And then Steven replies to the absolute moronic doofus saying, "If they thought my vote was gone, they'd pile their votes on me. I can only block one vote, which would result in a 3-3 tie and revote. No guarantee I survived the vote. Plus, I doubted they actually believe I couldn't complete the journey. I was crushing the physical comps #Survivor49. I feel like anyone with more than 25 brain cells can easily figure that out. It's honestly crazy saying, "If Steven was smart, he would have done that," and given like the worst freaking opinion in the history of the entire universe. How are you gonna freaking say, "Oh, if Steven was smart, he would have wasted his advantage"? Like, bro, he made it to the next round and still has his advantage. Are we being for real right now? And the next sewer troll who scrolls on Twitter for 14 hours a day says, "Is Steven dumb? Why the heck would he pick Rizzo to eat? Never feed the enemy." And Steven, being the absolute Chad he is, says, "Inviting Rizzo kept him from strategizing with his allies while I was away. Would have loved to take Sage, but we agreed it was the best that she stay back at camp to keep tabs on the others. Also, I wanted to build a bridge with Rizzo to maybe work together in the future." Wait a second, Steven. What the heck do you mean Sage is gonna keep tabs on the other players? Did she freaking sneak a computer onto the island? I think that's cheating, buddy. Also, not gonna lie, I feel like at this point in the game, everyone other than Christina is Steven's enemy, and he had to pick someone else. Like, he couldn't freaking pick Jeff Probst, so like, who is he gonna pick that wasn't gonna be his enemy, pal? Huh? You stupid doofus. Also, what the heck is that profile picture? And then Jack, who makes about, I don't know, 55,000 Survivor tweets a day, says, "Stop with the metaphors." And then Steven says, "Can I interest you in a kangaroo apology or a space apology?" That's a knee slapper right there, Steven. If you guys don't get the joke, it's because at one of the tribal councils, Steven asked Jeff if he wants a kangaroo analogy or space analogy. You see, you get it? It's cause it's fun. Also, this kangaroo has no business being this freaking swagged out. This kangaroo has better drip than I do. Like, what the heck is going on? And then Jack, being the absolute freaking dweeb that he is, made another post, because that's all he freaking knows with his life, saying, "Steven isn't so cringe. OMG Savannah, please end him. #Survivor." I'm not gonna lie, if anyone uses the freaking terms "end him" or "and what if I said," they need to freaking be locked up immediately. They're literally mental cases. And then Steven said, "To be cringe is to be free." Steven, I'm not gonna lie, that's your first miss, bro. What the heck does that even mean, dog? Actually, if you use your noggin and think about it, Fortnite and Roblox are both free games, and they're also very cringe, so he's kind of right, actually. And then Steven says, "It was surreal watching the journey from a third-person vantage point. All I remember was chanting those numbers, channeling my inner Spider-Man, and smashing that pot like it had the $1 million inside. Truly a life-changing moment that I'll never forget. W. Steven." And then this absolute freaking schizophrenic psychopath Jake says, "Did you keep chanting to remember it? I love memorization methods. If I was doing that challenge, I would have yelled JT, Gable, or Denise. 184325. This person is an absolute goofy goober. That's quite literally what freaking Jake did in Survivor 45. You were just freaking stealing his method and claiming it as your own, you bozo. And then Steven says, "Ha! Oh man, that's clever. Yeah, it was clever when Jake did it on Survivor 45, you stupid moron. And what's even weirder is that this freaking guy's name is Jake. What is happening? Are we in a freaking parallel universe right now? And then Steven says he wakes up in a cold sweat dreaming about the numbers. Yeah. Dude, that's me with 6'7", not gonna lie. Steven continuously crying and saying how that was the hardest thing he's had to do was so cringe. OMG. I'm sorry, you absolute pathetic moron. How? That's the freaking one time of the season where someone should be allowed to cry. He is already exhausted and is freaking rock climbing, running across an entire freaking island. Of course he's gonna freaking cry and say it's hard. What is wrong with you, brother? This is also definitely a Rachel stan, and all freaking she had to do to get her vote block was just move around some colored balls. And then Steven just replies with this absolutely legendary goated image of Parvati with the immunity necklace on. Bro is freaking taunting her out the wazoo. And then this absolute turdmeister said, "Can't wait to see your downfall." And then Steven said, "Can I pet that dog?" Steven is out here asking the important freaking questions. Also, I really wish Steven just like one time would reply saying, "I'm a freaking rocket scientist. Get your money up, buddy. You're broke." Well, guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Guys, I am less than 100 subscribers away from getting to 4,000. It would be so immaculately epic if I was able to get there before the end of the year. And also, guys, I have just made a new outro song for the channel that's about to play right now. If you guys enjoy it, make sure to comment down below if it's good or not. And yeah, bye.
Subscriber Bruce will be very sad, and Venus the Stinkers will be mega glad. And make sure to comment about how much Survivor sucks, and about how Liz loves Applebee's even though it's Bud. And hit the notification bell, because if you don't like you says it will be a big mistake. And David the doofus will throw milk in your face, and Camilla the killer will kill again, and Stinky Sue will make you smell her shoes, and Sage will take a dump on your face.
Hey everybody, this is Bruce here for Season 45 Survivor. Now, I, Bruce, the greatest Survivor player to ever exist, demand that all of you subscribe to Meme View, that's M-E-M-E, View, and hit the like button, or, if you don't, you end up like me on Season 44, alright? You don't want that, do you? Peace!